Hello and welcome to Impact Africa, our online talk show where we get to have conversations with diverse people and organizations who are impacting lives and communities positively. In today's program, we continue to celebrate three inspirational women in South Africa, which is our part 4 episode. And yes, we are still celebrating South African women, being the South African Women's Month. And this is because 20,000 women marched in Pretoria to demonstrate against a situation where they didn't like. They basically said enough was enough against the pass that was being asked for people to go into the community. And yes, there's still a lot more that needs to be done, but we thank and salute all those women who did that for us in South Africa and Africa as a continent. So yes, we are featuring 3 amazing women who we have actually had a long conversation with, and we are featuring just snippet of the conversation we had with them. So the 3 women are my dear sister, who I call Educare, BlackQueen Afrika, Nomi Mzamane. She is a producer, a writer, an actor, a presenter, a voiceover artist, a singer, a teacher, an editor. Wow, what can this woman not do? She is South African, based here in Cape Town, South Africa. And the title of my long conversation with her was called Let Us Unite, because she promotes unity. And then our second featured guest is the young Miss Zulaiga Davis. She is the principal owner of Wonderland Educare, which is based in Delft, Cape Town. And she's South African, and the title of my long conversation with her was Love for Children. Thank you for what you're doing in the educational field, Zulaiga. And last but not the least is my dear sis, who I love very, very much, Miss Patricia Mudiayi. She is the founder director of Kwesu, which is a non-profit organization doing wonderful things in South Africa. And she is originally from the Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC. And the title of the long conversation we had was Somebody Needs You. And I do believe that yeah, always somebody needs you. And she's doing amazing work on the grassroots with women. So we are going to start with none other than BlackQueen Afrika, where I was asking her about what keeps her going. Yes, because this woman, she is busy. As you know, you heard me say that she's so multi-talented, doing a lot of things. And she's an entrepreneur as well. I forgot to mention that she owns a cafe in town and a mobile coffee shop, you know, as well. Enjoy. What are some of the challenges that you faced as a teacher or as an actor or as a motivation, as even a parent or as a partner? Just briefly, because I know there were a lot.
At home, my dad, till this day, he still says, "You are too stubborn." And he knows it's not because I'm stubborn, but it's because I will say the truth as it is. I'm not scared of anyone. I am literally so much fearless that if I have to tell you the truth, the reason why I am this blunt is because of the truth. I hate lies. I do not lie. I do not lie. So when I say my truth hurts other people. I'm learning now on the partner side now, because the partner has been teaching me to, you were right, but try to... Okay, so I will try. Yes, find a way of saying it. But to me, if your ear is torn, I will say your ear is torn. I will not say there's something in your ear. I would say, why is your ear open like that? I will not say to you, what happened to you? No, I will not say that kind of thing. So, and at work, I have a greatest challenge with my superiors. Because when they're doing things
that they're not supposed to, you call them out.
I cannot tell them if they're not happy with that. I've had a challenge with them. But later on, they realize that this is the person that we need. And at work and at home, my son just said to me a few days ago that, Mom, I don't understand you. I said, my boy, you will never understand me. You don't have to understand me. You just have to understand what I'm saying. Don't worry about me. Think about what I just said to you because it's the truth. And that is the truth, the way it is. And if I'm not going to do something, Mama, can I tell you, I am not going to do it. He says the same as if I said to you, I will do something. If I promise, I keep my promise. Come rain, come sunshine, unless I am sick or anything. But even if I'm sick, you will still know about it. I will never leave anyone waiting for me stranded and not communicate with them. So another strength, I'm a very good communicator.
I know that. So what keeps you going?
Thinking of my kids. Thinking of my kids keeps me going, of my 2 boys. I say 2 boys because the third one is a very old lady. She told me she's not my child, so it's okay. Oh. Yeah, she's not my child, she's my mom, she's my sister. It's fine. Sorry for another day. So thinking of my 2 boys keep me going every morning. Anything and everything I do, I first think, how will this affect my children?
So how do you juggle being a mother, an actor, a teacher, a motivational speaker, a friend, a partner?
Say the friend.
Yeah, a talent, George. I'm just trying to see all the other ones. So how do you juggle all that?
Planning.
Okay. Planning.
I do a lot of planning. I plan my time. As a result, I know I'm known as a time freak because I know each second counts. Yeah. And there are times in my life when I couldn't even have time to myself. But partner-wise, I would be told, sleep. Stop it. I just want to finish. Don't finish it. You can finish it tomorrow. Wow. So, but I try, and I have to juggle in between those. Like now, I just came back from Nigeria. Yesterday or Saturday, I was supposed to meet some people. They are friends of mine. I won't say they know where they are and they will be watching this. They know they are unhappy with me because I said, I'm not seeing no one. I'm sleeping the whole day yesterday, which I did not. But at least I was resting. So I have to juggle in between, make time. And it's so sad that some people will feel, I'm no longer a priority to her.
Which is tough in this day and age.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you need time to yourself. On my birthday last year, they did a surprise birthday for me, and they said all the good things and nice things. I was like, oh, really? Is that me? Okay, anyway, one of my friends said, I quote, I will never forget that. She said, all of us gathered here, we've been receiving love from you. Can we please, from today onward, starting with me, don't be, I'm quoting you now, sister. I haven't seen that love you're talking about.
Stop calling it out.
I have to call it out. She knows me. She knows I will do that tomorrow and the year after. She said, it's about time that we start giving love to her. And when I sat back and thought, people have been demanding me to be there for them. And trust me, there are times in my life that I also need someone. And I will be crying there all alone on my own. In the midst of my pain, a call comes through.
You're still going to help.
Nomi, please. Hey. Then I have to drop my own and jump into that person. Then I think later, if only he knew that I have my own, that I have to deal with.
Yes, Black Queen, I completely, agree with you because yes, for me too, I can relate. Everything I do depends on my children and me thinking about how it affects them. So yes, and thank you as well for sharing how you juggle, being a mother, a teacher, an entrepreneur. Planning, like you said, is definitely, needed. Thank you so much, for that. So coming on next, we're going to be hearing my conversation, just a snippet where I was asking Mrs. Zulaiga Davids what life lesson for her as an entrepreneur that she will advise somebody who might want to start off a new business. Enjoy. What are some of the life lessons as an entrepreneur for a young person that might want to start off, a business, might not be an Educare, but from Delft, and say, I want to start up in business? What would you advise that person?
Have a very positive mindset and must be motivated. Must be very motivated to go for what you want, because not everything goes smoothly. Never, never. There will always be that where you fall back, but you need to be motivated because your mission must be for, I want to be there, and I want to achieve this in my life. So sometimes people will tell me, you're studying, you're at school, it's your children, it's the Chris children, how do you cope? Then I just say, by the grace of God also. Because if I stand up in the morning, I just ask to lead my day and to let my day go as it has to go. Because I don't know how my day is going to go, because that is the only way how we can go also on. But we must always have a positive mindset, because things don't always go your way. If you have your positive mindset and your mission is that I want to achieve, then you will achieve things in life.
Wow. You know what? We'll be right back for more. A young entrepreneurial woman who loves children, passionate about education. So we've mentioned some of the issues, in Delft, which most of the time you've had a good side to it, because you've always been busy. Your parents have brought you up, engaged in other things. So you saw more of the positive side, which I believe, like what you shared just before we went on break, the positive mindset, having that within you. So what are some of the other social issues that you're passionate, about, that you would like to see something done about, either in Delft or South Africa or Africa as a whole?
There must come a lot of help out into our community, especially our young children. Especially our young children. Because if we look at our young children, it looks if they grow up, it's like they are just looking into drugs, alcohol, and partying. And if I look at myself when I was a young person, I didn't have that. I didn't see that. I wasn't for party, drinking, doing drugs. And if we look at our youth of today, it's sad to see that's the vision that they see, the pattern that they want to go into, and they think it's cool. But if I look at the other side, it's like the foundation wasn't laid right. The foundation wasn't laid right. Maybe they didn't have enough support on the school. They struggled in reading or writing, and their parents don't have enough money for tutoring, or where other privileged parents will have that money to send their children for tutoring and all those things. I think there must come more help out for our children for that. And even where they can use even us, because we are prepared to help children like that, where children struggle, and to motivate them more into growing up into being into a positive life, not into negative things, pregnancy and things like that. And when it comes to sports, we need that more in our children. We need that more. We need more people to come out and to speak to the children about life, because parents, there's a lot. I know I speak a lot to my children about what's happening and how things are going. But a lot of children go outside, they learn from their friends, and they think that's the right way to go. So the children need to be more educated, because I think our youth, that is real. It's a sadness to stand sometimes, and I just see they're just doing drugs or they're drinking, and it's not a nice sight, really. It's not a nice sight to see that.
Completely, Zulaiga. I agree with you. Someone who wants to start a business, you need to have a positive mindset. That is important and very crucial. You must be motivated to be able to do what you want to do, so that, because not all the time everything goes smoothly. Thank you, and we continue to wish you well with how you're impacting the lives of young ones through education in Delft. Okay, last but not the least is my dear sister, Mrs. Patricia Mudiayi. She was asked, about what keeps her motivated, because this woman as well, she just keeps going. She's a teacher as well as a social entrepreneur. She does a lot for women, migrant women, and a lot in the community, as well. Enjoy. So what motivates you?
What motivates me to do Kwesu? What motivates me in life?
Generally in life. Kwesu, life, what motivates you?
I love people. Okay. I'm a people person. Okay. People give me energy. I feel good when I'm with people. When I speak, I feel good.
Right.
And the energy I get from people push me up. And
right.
It's been great.
So now let's come back to Africa generally, or our communities, even in South Africa, and I'm sure it's similar to various places in Africa. We have challenges of poverty, unemployment, and so on. And for me, I believe in always talking about solutions, even if they're not practical. So rather than dwell, on the challenges, which we know, we keep talking about it. So in your view, what more can be done, to address some of the challenges faced by our women or our young people? Let's just focus on those two.
Yeah, for me, we need to keep on working. Organizations, schools, different institutions need to keep working. And we need to work together. And mostly we must make sure that we're teaching people to be leaders. Those are the things. I think I learned these things when I was young. Many things that I was doing many things that we were doing when we were back at school was all about leadership.
So it's like been kind of grooming you without you even realizing it.
Without you realizing.
Able to step up boldly and courageously. Yes.
Because I remember all those things that I did at my church. We were movements that were happening in the afternoon after church. And we were going there. It's a movement like scout meetings. And ours, we used to call it Kiho.
Right.
Kiho. So those movements, it's all about leadership. The games, everything that we were doing, it's all about leadership. We need more of these things so that kids can learn, so that African young women, young boys, or whoever can learn to step in, to be there for others. We need to teach these things.
Right.
So those are the things that we need to
teach. But it means part of it, from what you've said, part of it I believe is whereby you what's the word? You were volunteering as well. You were involved.
Yes.
You didn't, sit back in the church program, in other stuff. So what we're saying is, we need to work together, like you're saying, step up, more leadership training.
Step up, more leadership training. Help kids to be involved. Help kids to take responsibility of themselves, of the community, and so on. Train kids from early age to be leaders. Yeah. So these are the things.
So, what future do you see for our young people, and what future do you see for Kwesu?
In the young people, I see people becoming businesswomen. I see young kids, the one that we're taking to the sport, becoming leaders for sport, leaders in the companies, and so on. People who are leading, people who are taking responsibility, people who are creating things for other people. So this is what I'm saying. People who are making sure that this community needs this and that, and I need to be part of the people who are making these things happen. So those are the people that I see coming from Kwesu. Those are the people that I see really, they are taking part in what we're doing now, and tomorrow they can be able to do it for other people.
So I know which I didn't know, it was while researching, I found that out, that you founded a football club. Tell us, because we're running now, in closing kind of. Tell me a little bit about that foot,
So we realized that we were working more with women. And then we just said, look, we need to include boys. Because somehow, some way, don't just empower women, empower also boys. Because we're looking at that gender-based violence. Why can't we start at early age teaching the boys to become gentlemen? Why are we just busy with women? Why are we just busy with girls? We should also think about the boys so that we can break the cycle of complaining about what men are doing.
At a later age.
At a later age. So we can start also with boys. As we're putting more energy with women, let's put also energy with men. And we're starting at early age. So that at least after a certain time, not only they will be fit physically, they will be fit spiritually, mentally, and
so holistically. So what are the needs that Kwesu has as a non-profit organization? I don't know how you get funded or how you because it's a not-for-profit organization which you run from kind of your heart and so on. How does it get funded and what do you need?
We need equipment for soccer. We need material. We need so many things that to make it work. Kids need to move from one place to another. Women transport is needed. Kit for soccer, and for women there is transport, there is computers, there is so many things that you need just to make everyday operation happen. So you need many things.
Thank you, dear sis Patricia, for that. And yes, you love people. I know that. I see that. And the fact that the energy, you get from, working with people just helps you keep going. And yes, there's so much at the moment that Kwesu, I believe, has achieved. And we need to revisit our conversation to see more of what you're doing with Kwesu and, just see how else we can support and promote the work you're doing. And may you continue to impact lives. Okay, that's all we've got time for, and we celebrate an amazing 3 women, BlackQueen Afrika, Zulaiga, Patricia. Thank you for all you're doing in education, in art, in business, and so much more that you're doing just to basically put back in the community and impact lives in your own way, one person at a time, one school at a time, one social enterprise at a time, and through movies. We really need to have a follow-up conversation with BlackQueen. You want to really hear what she's doing. She's produced a movie since we last had the conversation with her, and she's got so many other things, and she's still working on a lot of other projects. This woman, thank you for what you're doing, pushing the boundary, making sure that things are being done in Africa, working not just in South Africa, but across South Africa, Africa as a continent where you're working with other African women and men, as well. Thank you to 3 of you for all you're doing. We celebrate you all women. We pray that God will continue to lift you up in all that you do. You might think you're not doing enough or anything, but you are probably doing something, no matter how small. Till next time, stay safe, stay blessed. God bless.